It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood today, folks. So we're gonna do a little unboxing. I got myself a nice, fun Father's Day present tool. I classify these as tools, and just thought I'd open it up and show you guys what I got. I'm excited about it. Boom. And oh sweet, we got the Byrna non-lethal, they call these a launcher. So it's not a firearm, this is a launcher, kind of like a paintball gun, BB gun, and it shoots I think it's .68 caliber rounds, which are kind of like paintball size, and it shoots non-lethal, so it shoots like a hard plastic ball, and then they have like pepper spray balls you could put in this thing. And so in order for me to get the this is the first time I'm opening it too, I haven't opened this thing up yet. For me to get the pepper balls in California, I had to take like a security guard course. It's like a 12-hour course, but it talks about the powers of arrest, when you're allowed to fire these at somebody, when you're allowed to like pepper spray somebody and all that, and you have a right to defend yourself. And I think these are pretty cool because it limits liability. Number one, we're in LA County, so being able to carry a firearm on your person around here is going to be slim and none, unless you're law enforcement or something like that, private security. And then these shoot like 300 feet per second type thing. So it's like a high-powered paintball gun. Let me bring you guys in closer. I like it because it has the ambidextrous safety. I'm left-handed, so off, safety on. Comes with an extra magazine. Here are the kinetic rounds. When I bought this, I didn't have my certification for a security guard course yet, and actually this company on their website, they offer that security guard course, which is really cool. It's like 50 bucks. That's what it looks like. Here's the Byrna, and I assume, okay. That's the thing about left-handed people. We kind of, we adapt with the world, right? Especially like power tools, things like that. A lot of them are very, very tough for a left-handed person. So adaptability. When I drop my mag, I'm just gonna move my finger, put it back in like that. So, I mean, what are you gonna do, right? And these are basically CO2 charged. I had a pellet gun when I was a kid, maybe 10 or 11, that was CO2. I love that thing, it was awesome. You put a CO2 in, you cocked it, and it would shoot one. I wish it shot way more. And then they come with all this ammo. One of these is an Eco-Kinetic. These are called kinetic rounds. Okay, so I guess you can kind of shoot these and disregard. If you lose them, they're environmental friendly. That's my guess for the Eco. And then these are kinetic rounds. They're called, for target practice. I've seen people take these like, on YouTube videos, and they look like they hurt pretty freaking bad. I've played paintball a few times, and you get some good welts on these. These look like they're, 5 to 10 times the amount of force on your skin. So, someone taking a couple rounds of these, some drunk, maybe some guy that's outside your house banging on your door. These shoot farther than a can of pepper spray. That's the cool thing, So you could defend yourself more at a distance. 99% of your life, you're never going to run into situations, depending on where you live, of course, but you're not going to run into situations you need to use this kind of stuff. Most people are good people, not looking to do you harm, but I think it's always good to have some tools on yourself to make sure you're able to protect yourself and defend yourself. And you can keep this in your car, I assume. I'm going to check all the laws out and see like what I'm allowed to do with this thing. We're going to go camping this weekend, so I'm going to bring that up with us to go camping and maybe do some target practice. CO2 goes in there, and then the cool thing is the CO2 can actually sit in here, you know, without being punctured. So it only gets punctured the first time you pull the trigger. So when you pull the trigger, that's when the CO2 gets activated. So it can sit in your gun and, you know, in theory, not run out and be ready by the time you need to fire this thing, right? So if you do end up having to fire it, I would assume, you know, you just want to change that out to make sure it works the next time. The last thing you want to be do is changing that out when you're in the middle of a situation. You need to blast somebody with some pepper balls, right? This holds, I think these hold 5, if I'm not mistaken. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so there's 5 holes. I assume those are where each one goes. So these hold 5. Comes with 2 clips. I'm probably going to get a few more. You know, definitely going to get the pepper ball. This is just a alternative method for defending yourself and your family if it comes down to it. So, you know, a lot of people, especially where I live, they're like, oh my gosh, guys were stealing my catalytic converter. They're worried about like coyotes when they're walking their dogs, things like that. I think these are all good. This is a good thing to have if you're worried about those kind of situations. I'm not worried about coyotes and stuff like that, but I'm more worried about people and somebody acting like an idiot. You know, I need to get away from or keep them away from me. And that's basically it. You know, I don't go mess with people, but I'm ready to handle my business if somebody wants to mess around. That's for darn sure. All right, guys, I was playing with my my little launcher here, and basically just want to show you how I was going to put the CO2 in. Basically take the clip out. There's a little button or a little nipple thing here. You stick that into the end of this little screw that goes right here. Fits just like that, and you screw it out. So this is kind of like a little wrench thing on the bottom of the clip. That comes out. This goes in. You screw it in. I'm not sure if there's a like a tight, let me see. Do not over tighten the cap. The cap should sit flush with the body of the launcher. Okay, so we don't want to over tighten this because I'm assuming if you do, it's going to puncture the CO2 inside. And you don't want that because it'll eventually run out. Like I said, the CO2 doesn't puncture until you pull that trigger, right? So, all right, so here you go. That's it. Boom, that's the burner. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you soon.